another edition of Kentucky Sports and More. If you're going to be out in the woods, if you're going hunting, survival, like out here in the back country of the triple canopy of Kentucky, what knife are you taking? Now, a lot of these Rambo knives, people laugh at them, whatever. They're actually decent. This is the Rambo 2. Now, I don't know if you can see that's a flathead, and that's a Phillips. This really is a fairly good survival knife. Only problem is the tang, it's hollow. So you can store all your suture kits and fish hooks and all the compasses, what have you, whatnot. So there's only just a little bit of that blade that comes down in it. That's a flaw. Which knife do you like better? The Rambo 2 or the Rambo 1? I really like the Rambo 1. This right here brought together, see how thinner that is? This is a fairly decent piece of equipment. I have no problem going out in the woods around here in Kentucky with it. I wouldn't want to go to war with it. But if I had to run from, I guess, the law, this is just as good as any. But like I said, all the stuff is down in here, so this part, you only got just a little bit of a rod, it sticks down there. And it does hold quite a bit of stuff. You got your compass, and it's just chock full of your fishing matches and what have you, whatnot. I mean, it was an excellent design. It really brought a lot of attention to the Green Berets. Back in when the movie come out, everybody was, Green Beret knife. When I think of knives, any kind of correlation to service, I think of the United States Marine Corps. If I had to, just my opinion, pick which identity in the military has probably the best knife fighting skills, Army Rangers are really good. They like their own specialty knives, They get creative with their equipment. The Ranger knife. Now this here is a solid piece of metal, and you got the paracord with it. So I see a lot of them carry these. A lot of them carry these specialty. I call them the Raptor hook. The Raptor claw. I've seen a lot of them carry those. There's nothing wrong with this one here. Excellent. But Navy SEALs, Green Berets. If I was going to go, I would pick the United States Marine Corps. I think they do the most. Pound for pound, their knife fighting skills are pretty good, pretty solid. Navy SEALs in the water, depends on the missions. That's where a lot of people don't understand. If you got a mission that requires little food or no sleep, you're going to call it the Rangers. All right. And they'll come in low and get you with something. Keep sentry. They do the stealth, quietness. They don't want to be seen there. If you get into water, obviously Navy SEALs, Marines are pretty good too. They're aquatic, just like anything else. I would still go Navy. I would go United States Marine Corps. It'd be a close challenge between Ranger. I mean, there's a Ranger kill a dude with an MRE spoon over in the Middle East. This is one of my more favorite knives. It's a full piece of metal. great grip, exceptionally sharp. I carried this one a lot. Depends on what I'm doing. I carried this quite a bit. I still carry this today. I carry this out in public. People don't even know I got it. Very sharp. But here's the thing when it comes to this. If you think you're going to knife fight somebody, you're going to die. These are more tools. If you're going to chop wood, skin a deer, cut through some concertina wire, sneak up on somebody. The only way, the misconception on knife fighting is the best man wins. That's false. Most generally, when it comes to an edged weapon, it's the one that's not seen. If you can't see me and I sneak up on you, I can get you. If we're fighting, and you're laying on top of me, I'm on top of you, I can get just enough separation, pull that out of my belt. It's what you don't see most generally will get you, will end you. If we're in a room, and forget that 25-foot rule, that's the dumbest thing ever. That's just legal means for cops to shoot you. Your foot speed will not be fast. You can't outrun bullets, and you don't really want to run up on somebody that's pulled a blade out. They might actually know how to use it. Your best bet is stealth from behind. Picks, the knife that anything that you don't see, whether it be a derringer, a gun. If you don't see it, pretty much wreaking havoc. If you're standing at the back of this and you draw a blade on me and I see you do it, the odds of me dying are extremely low. I'm gonna shoot you. I've got a double. I'll pick some. I've got options. If we're wrestling around on the ground and you pulling out from behind your back and I don't see it, my options are very limited because I don't have, my choices are really, really bad. Now, if I'm going to be in a field artillery position calling for fire or something, I carried this thing, this bayonet here, for a good while. Very sharp, it's just an all-around deal that I could use. Obviously, if they get back to where the field artillery is, the war's over. This is more of a overrun deal when you're out of ammo and you need some reach. Put that on your rifle. And I always carried a 9mm mag here. I'm not going to be killing enough people. I'm going to need to sharpen this. It's a good concept, though. But I utilized all my equipment the best I could. Hog hunt. If I go on a hog hunt, I usually take that. I can get in there, field dress this thing, cut it up, do whatever. If I'm going to be walking around town, I carry this right here in my front belt. I just pull it out. My shirt covers it, my fat. And I usually keep this right behind my back. And then I'll have a revolver and a compact on me. It's equipment. What are you using it for? If you're going to go camping, you want to be able to cut wood, chop something up, fish, whatever. This is an all-around tool. If I'm going to be fighting, if I know I'm going to be in a group of people where I'm going to absolutely have to go hands-on, I want my military deal. But if I'm just going to be sitting around static, I don't mind that because I usually take all but IBA off, just lean it, you know what I mean? I ain't packing weight because, like I said, if they get back there to where we're at, A, we're going to know they're coming because everybody's going to be on the radio squalling. And B, it's over, you know what I mean? Once you get back to the field artillery, That's about it. You know, all you can do is call in steel rain on your own position. But if I'm going to go out on some sort of night deal where I've got to be real quiet, I want something a little slimmer, real sharp, that's a full metal. All right. I don't want it to bend. I don't want it to pierce. You know, that's it. But most generally, my military career, like MP, if I'm going to go downtown, Baghdad, I usually carry these two and this one. But I had a shotgun, M203, and a 9mm Beretta. You know, it's just a wide walking armory. But my Humvee had enough ammo to supply a company of infantry. So, I mean, most generally, in the rear with the gear, I'm not going to be doing anything I would think that would require something like this Rambo knife or a World War II boot knife, or, you know, and even these I put a 9mm. You can never have too many mags, but all in all, these are just tools for me. The days of hand-to-hand combat slowly dwindling away. There's drones. This right here does absolutely nothing to combat a drone mano a mano. Now I could probably use that to cut down some branches or something, make a trap, snare, throw it. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna throw this at a drone. What good is this gonna do me against a drone? I'd have to use it to come up with cut branches down. I don't know, cover concealment. So in that case, I'd rather have this if I'm going to be out there doing that. So it's a lot of really what you like. And when I first joined, everybody got issued a bayonet. By the end of the thing, they were just letting you carry whatever. Yeah. By the end of my career, you know, they just let you do whatever. And I seen people walking around with a Rambo 3 knife, that big. And I'll be honest with you, the Iraqis and the Kurds and people laughed at it. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I've seen tomahawk. I've seen it all out there. People just carry whatever. But if it makes you feel comfortable and you actually know how to use it, there's nothing wrong with it. I like this one. This here's my all-arounder. I go in the water. It's pretty stealthy, and it's really sharp. It's a full blade. If I lose the rubber grips, I can still use the thing. Just takes a 550 cord, whatever. It's pretty solid. It locks in. I've skinned a lot of meat with that. So to me, out of all the Rambo knives, I like Rambo 1 better. I like Rambo 1 the best out of all of them. I've had all of them. 3, 5. I can go out here and take a lawnmower blade and make Rambo the Last Blood thing. A lot of that's bogus. Don't try to knife fight nobody. You're just going to get cut all to pieces and you're going to bleed out and die. They're going to get cut all to pieces, bleed out and die. I mean, you're not going to. Only thing, this is more of a tool than it is. It's an absolute last resort. And if you're locked up with somebody, hand strength has a whole lot to. But as far as hunting out here, yeah, I will carry some of this. It's absolutely legendary. Speaking of legendary, Kentucky football GM Pat Benatar. Beyond, calls it quits sorry, I'm announcing my departure. He steps down, resigns, leaves. Pete Nachos with extra cheese is intern GM for UK right now. You better get this thing right. You better get this right because game 12, everybody got that circle on there. I've got it circled. I will be at the game. Kentucky plays the Louisville Cardinals on November 28th, Kroger Field. Louisville's picked to finish strong in a weak ACC. Anywhere from 8 to 10 wins to 2 to 5 losses. Vegas has got them at 7.5, over and under. The money's coming in on the over, and that's where the juice is. Everybody thinks they're going to go over the 7.5. I'm going to put money on Louisville to go over to 7.5. This might be my $5,000 one. The ACC is just so weak. I can't, for the life of me, see Louisville not finishing well over the 7.5. 10-2 is the ceiling. Floor is 7. If the floor is 7-5, so I mean, if everything goes to crap, it's right there. Picked to finish third in ACC, probably finish second. CBS has Louisville 16th in all of football, so they're going to be a top 25 team. By the time Kentucky plays them, probably a top 10. CBS has them number 2 in ACC, so there you have it. Louisville, let's get into it. The last game on Kentucky's schedule, they open the season with Ole Miss, September 6th. Louisville is 28. Ole Miss will be 31. I'm giving them a loss. I predicted that score right now. A 28-31 loss. Ole Miss, I think, will just edge Louisville out. I think Louisville's going to be up for this game, and they're going to overachieve and keep the thing a lot closer. Friday, September the 11th. Friday Night Lights. The Friday Night Heroes. Villanova. This game ain't even going to be close. Villanova's lost so much on defense. I don't even know if they'll even have it. I could probably play defense for Villanova. This is going to be like a 52-7 game here. It's not going to be close. September 19th, SMU, and I'm through. SMU give Louisville some fits, but I think Louisville's going to pull away here in the final thing. It'll be a 35-31 kind of game. SMU just lost too much on defense. That's why I'm leaning Louisville. Wake Forest, September 26th. All right. This is my trap game on your schedule, Louisville. You lost too many offensive players for me, Wake Forest, so I'm going 28-17. I think it's going to be a battle of defense here. You're not ready. This could go the other way pretty quick and in a hurry. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Louisville, 28-17 win, Wake Forest. But if there is a trap game on your schedule, I'm calling it there. Because you got NC State October 3rd coming in. You're at NC State. It's your first true road game. Are you going to look past Wake Forest and focus on that? Quite possibly. C.J. Bailey. Need I say any more? But what about the defense? Will it be a shell of itself under what we typically see under Dave Doran? That's why I'm going to go with Louisville. I think you win this 27-17. The offense just ain't going to be able to overcome the defense weakness for NC State, I don't think. October 9th, FSU. Bobby Bowden's team. Oh, Bobby loved the kids, didn't he? They're good kids. Good kids. Bobby, they stole every shirt out of a Dillard's. They did, but they're good kids. They're good kids. Bobby, your entire team cheated on a music test. And none of them's going to play in the Music City Bowl. Well, they did. But they're good kids. Good kids. It is a Music City Bowl after all. Maybe they, he would always cover for the kids. Great coach. Loved Bobby Belden. Mike Norvell. Will he even be coaching for FSU? Probably not. I can say Louisville 28-24 win here. Then you're at Syracuse October 17th. Quarterback Steve Angeli suffered an injury. Achilles! Beyond Thunderdome, too. They're going to be playing in the Dome. That's why I think it's going to be pretty tight. But I'm going to give Louisville a 31-28 win there. I think Louisville's going to have a lot of close games this year. You got a bye, and out of the bye, you've got Sanford Sons, October 31st. I think you roll 35-17. I don't even think that's going to be close. Then you're at Georgia Tech, Grand Theft. Heavy losses, quarterback King, the OC Buster Faulkner. I think Brent Key, though, is still pretty formidable. I'm giving you an upset here. Georgia Tech, the Grand Theft Auto, they win this. I think you lose on November 7th. Giving you 2 losses so far. Then you're at North Carolina. There's absolutely no telling what Bill Belichick, Bob Petrino, whatever. I don't even know if they'll be concentrating on football. Who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows what they're going to be doing. The depth at this point is going to be tested, and I just think you're a little deeper. I'm giving you a 31-24 win. Now, here's a crucial game on your schedule. It is every year. Pittsburgh. Pitt, November 24th. Quarterback Mason Henschel. He's going to have a good offense. Pat Narduzzi. I always give the card as fits. Usually comes down to whoever the home field advantage. This is going to be the final game at L&N for the season. L&N Stadium. I think Louisville wins this somewhere around 31-28. I think it's going to be tight, though. And then the final game of the year, November 28th, the Governor's Cup. I think Pitt takes so much out of Louisville. And with Kentucky's brutal schedule, they learn a whole lot throughout the year. It's going to be a tough battle. I think Kentucky pulls this out 35-28. I think Steins and Minchie's just going to be a little bit too much. I don't think Louisville's going to be used to the... They had Stoops figured out with those slow drawn. Just to be quite honest with you, Stoops didn't even try the last several years. He was over laughing with Brad White. They didn't care. Did not even try playing. It's an embarrassing thing, in my opinion. Of course, every Kentucky fan feels that way, and every Louisville fan, well, we're just better than you, dominate you. That is correct. Two things can be true at the same time. I think Louisville goes 9-3, 8-1 ACC. Your quarterback from Ohio State, Lincoln Kinzoltz, he's got a solid arm. He's got good talent. He needs just a little bit more size. 6'2", 215. They can fix that. 16th ranked national portal class by 247 Sports. You brought in 30 and retained the core of your team. Jeff Brom has the pieces. Great coach. I think you're going to do real well in ACC. So, speaking of doing well, the Reds beat the Guardians 1 game out of 2 in the doubleheader. Lost the first night 6-5, and then won 0-2 the following game, and we're 16.5 games back. It's not going to matter. We're not even in the contention. Play date 6-10. I'll be watching it, rooting them on. I'm a season ticket holder. I may go for a few series here. Coming up, I really like to pick teams like the Mets or the Dodgers or stuff like that and go up there and watch them. The Tennessee Titans O-line is not very good, and looks like they'll be heading into camp, not fixing it. The Titans is just going to be terrible. I don't even think Ward will be starting Game 5. Tennessee Vols back in the news. Your best linebacker, Aaron Carter, suspended 2 games for a $427 flight. You know what? You got Furman, which is not a big deal, but you got Georgia Tech on there. He's going to be sitting one of them games out. Georgia Tech, very well. Could slice you up. There you have it. Kentucky sports and more. Talking knives, blades. I've never got into any kind of knife fight in the Army. There's just way better options like grenade, M203, an AR, 9mm, 12 gauge shotgun. Now I have used these. I've used them a lot to open up MREs. Dilly-dallying some Czechoslovakian Type 4, scrape me a glob of that off, cook with. I've used knives for various things, but none of them was really, I've never fixed bayonet, had to charge, none of that. And I've had them, but in the end, I think I'm going to go with Rambo 1 knife. I like it better than 2. Overall, these are my everyday. Now, I always keep a pocket knife on me. And this is a K-Bar. K-Bar started making pocket knives. I don't know if you can see that or not. But this has been a real good pocket knife. And I've always had something like that on me. And I thought to myself, if I ever get in a situation, if I can survive the first volley, I can get up on you and you ain't going to see me. You'll never know it. Like a movie theater, this, that, or the other. But the guy that taught us a whole lot of hand-to-hand combat would probably disagree with everything I just said there. You're not going to survive an active shooter with a knife. For some odd reason, your mind tells you that. Get it out of your mind. Y'all think about it. I'm out of here.